Second, I think that growing up, the one thing that looking back now, what I realized was for such a long time, we've always been told as women that the best one will get the boy or the best one will get the job. And we sort of have been conditioned to push each other out of the way so that we can be the better one. And if we empower another woman, right? If I empower a woman who's sitting next to me, I might lose the opportunity. It's conditioning. And we've been conditioned to be that way. This is the first time in a very long time, at least in my lifetime, that I have seen women embracing each other, women empowering each other, women standing up for each other. And that is such a critical time. When women fought before us, generations before us, for us to have the ability to vote, we don't even think about it today sitting in this room. Think about what all they went through. So what we're doing today is we're seeding the thought for your daughters, for my daughter's daughters, for kids who will not have to think about the gender disparity. They'll not have to think about like how it feels to be a woman who's marginalized, or what it feels like to be traumatized by men in power. They won't have to think about it because we will create a world where men are afraid to do that. We will create a world together where we stand by each other and say, no, I'm sorry, you're not doing this to my daughter because you did it to me, and that's enough. And that is such a powerful time to be a woman.
And you have that unique vantage point, right? Generationally and given the world that you're in, and this amazing perspective to see the opportunity that exists. Indra, given your career, how do you approach this conversation and what Priyanka mentioned and the optimism that we all have in terms of being able to move the momentum forward?
You know, I look at the next couple of decades and say it's a decade of women. Because if I look at college degrees, women are getting it in larger numbers than men. If I look at the top grades, more women are getting the top grades than the men. So if you really want to run a successful company, you have to recruit the best and the brightest, i.e. bring the women into the company. So we have to create new companies, new environments to make women thrive. Because if you hire them and then they leave you, it's more expensive than not hiring them in the first place. So I'm a firm believer that the next couple of decades are the decades of women when it comes to working. But you can't put all the onus on women.